Okay guys, so just came back from my run. Excuse the mess, our room is so messy. Let me tilt the camera up so you guys can't see the mess. Ran to Sweet Green to get a salad for dinner because we basically have nothing in the house. I also got this grapefruit spindrift sparkling water because it is so hot out. But I just wanted to give you guys a little life update about what is going on, everything in this crazy summer. So basically, to say it shortly, we are stuck here for the summer. So my parents contacted the Singapore government, emailed them or something, and they said that the earliest that they're gonna let people in is July. That would make no sense for us to go back because we have to quarantine. We have to quarantine for 3 weeks if we do go back. And even if we do go back in early July, for example, we would have to quarantine for 3 weeks and would only be in Singapore for 3 weeks before having to fly back to the US. Not really worth it to go back, which honestly, of course, I'm really sad about because, you know, I want to see my parents. It's my first time abroad, first time like this far away from home, and not being able to go back after thinking that you will, I think just the expectation of it makes it harder. But I think that we've had time to process it just these few weeks already. We knew there was a huge possibility that we wouldn't be able to go back. So it definitely does feel different now that it's real and it's certain that we will have to stay for the entire summer. And my parents are gonna try to come to send my brother off to college actually, because he's going to Emory in the fall. But I don't know, if the restrictions don't change, we might just not see them until hopefully December, crossing my fingers that everything will be fine by then. So yeah, I mean, there are just a lot of thoughts going on in my head. I think a lot of third culture kids can relate to this. So third culture kids are basically kids who grow up in a culture or an environment that is not their home or is not of their culture. Of course, being Japanese and Taiwanese and growing up in Singapore and going to an American like international school, there's a lot of cultural contrasts over there. And I think on the topic of home, it's definitely a topic that is really hard to answer. For example, when people ask where's home or where are you from, where do you consider home, when people ask in college where are you from, I usually say Singapore. But this situation and this summer has made me realize that Singapore is also not really my home because when all this is going on, when COVID is going on, I'm treated as a foreigner. And I'm not blaming the Singapore government at all because we are not citizens or PRs, permanent residents in Singapore. I've just lived there for essentially my whole life, was born there, lived there for 18 of my 19 years of life. But since we don't have that citizenship or don't have that title, we're basically grouped in foreigners. So the only reason why we can stay is because my dad works there. Waterbird. I think to put it in a way that people can understand, when a place that you call home doesn't want you home, I think it hits pretty hard. Just the realization as a third culture kid is that sometimes you really don't belong anywhere. Maybe you belong in these small spaces where you find communities within these foreign environments, but in the big picture, you really don't belong. I think this is a huge problem that international students have had to struggle with throughout this entire COVID period, which maybe people who aren't international kids really don't understand. But I think that it definitely has taught me a few lessons, just that in the big picture, when something does happen like this, people really people will close off their borders and protect people of their own. So as a Japanese citizen, I think it's my duty to learn the language well, to be immersed in the culture so that if anything ever does happen, I will be able to go back and work and live and, I don't know, be part of that heritage over there, even though I've grown up somewhere else, if that makes sense. So that is one big lesson. And the second big lesson is that stepping out of your comfort zone and going abroad, studying abroad might sound like a very easy, very glamorous thing to do, but honestly it does come with a lot of struggles that you might not expect. Especially right now, I did not expect that I would ever not be able to go back home during the holidays and see my parents. And of course I have to acknowledge that that is a huge privilege. I know a lot of kids who don't even have that option, whether COVID or not. They're just don't have the monetary needs, or they don't have the financial needs, or they don't have a place to call home or a home to go to. So I think I have to be really cognizant of that. And I'm also really grateful for all the communities and all the friends that I have here, that have supported us, that have offered us to live in their houses, to go stay with them, to just hang out, show us around. It's been, I don't know, it's been more meaningful than you can ever imagine if you guys are one of those people. So thank you so much. So yeah, I don't want to blabber on or complain too much. I just wanted to explain my thoughts and explain the situation that is going on. The exciting news is though that in 1 week me and my sister will be heading over to Florida to meet with my friend Mira. She's a friend that I met in college. She's in a lot of the vlogs actually. She offered us her home, offered us a place to stay, just a place to call home in this part of this summer. So super excited about that. I've never been to Florida before, so I hope to do some cool things. I hope to go to the amazing amusement parks there. Apparently they're like Disney, Universal, Busch Gardens, like every single amusement park you can think of, Florida has. I also want to see alligators, because you haven't been to Florida if you don't see an alligator. Florida is a very American place, if that makes sense, to me at least. It seems very American. A lot of things you do when you think of America, they have in Florida. So yeah, super excited about that. Just to have a friend to hang out with and a place to stay. Of course, super grateful for this opening. Been praying a lot about what to do in the next few weeks, and I think this God definitely answered our prayers, so that's been really good. I think if there's one thing I've learned during the pandemic, and I think a lot of people have learned this as well, is that the world is so unpredictable. We can't control the world, we can't control what happens, but we can control how we respond to it, how we react to it. So I think that at the start I was very mad, very frustrated, very angry about this whole situation, just missing home a lot, just angry that Singapore had to have so many COVID restrictions, that they were so strict on quarantine, thinking about like, why am I even in the US? Asking questions like, why am I putting so much effort to fly so far away from home just for an education and go to a place that honestly I don't know how to navigate. And also questions about why a place I call home doesn't want me home. So stuff like that, I think I was just contemplating a lot, but I realized that asking those questions is important, but it honestly in the long run it doesn't help. So learning how to respond to these challenges and these problems that arise and kind of get over them has definitely been the biggest lesson I've learned in the past few weeks. It's not the cards we're dealt, but it's how you play them, and it's not about the things we're given, but what we make of them. So that's why for the next 8 weeks, I'll be embarking on an 8-week summer glow up. Actually, not really a glow up, just kind of like a personal self-improvement type of journey, where each week I just want to set different goals and intentions and kind of achieve them. So whether that be to exercise every day, to wake up early, to get outside, to learn a new skill, you name it. Random things that I think will help me grow as a person, both emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and all of that. So I'll be trying to document snippets of every week, how I work towards the goals and the intentions I've set for that week, but also just random things that arise in that week that are interesting and fun, or just talking to the camera real and raw to you guys like this. So I will try to upload videos every Friday at 3 p.m. EST, and I'm calling this series Summer Shine. I know that is really cheesy, but that's literally the only name I could think of that encompasses what I want this summer to be. A summer of fun, a summer of brightness, a summer of shining from both outside and from within, if that makes sense. So yes, it is really cheesy. If you guys have other names, please drop them in the comments below, but I think I'm gonna go with that for now. It has a nice, what is that phrase? It has a nice alliteration. So yeah, I think the name really encompasses everything that I want this summer to be: a summer of growth, a summer of excitement, a summer of brightness, and a summer of turning lemons into lemonade. Whether you're a loyal viewer, love you guys, or if you guys are new here, I hope you guys can follow along. And whether you're just chilling and just binging YouTube videos, or maybe you're feeling lost and want a sense of direction this summer, I hope you guys can find enjoyment in this. Maybe for some of you, you want to follow along, kind of set your own goals, set your own intentions, or take inspiration from mine. So yeah, I just want to kind of share this journey with you guys, and honestly just make it the best summer ever. That is all, honestly. I hope you guys enjoy this new series per se. Honestly, just weekly vlogs, but I'll call it a series just to make it more official. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the video. I am hungry, and look at this salad. Like, that looks so good. Really hungry, so I'm gonna stop talking and start eating before my meeting later. Remember to like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, follow me if you want at Christina.yo on Insta to keep updated with my life. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on shining. Bye.